Warning. Listening to this show may result in increased levels of inspiration, motivation, and innovation. Side effects can include the immediate urge to take massive action to build a better business and life for yourself and others. You've been warned. Welcome to Influencers Radio with your host, Jack Mize.
And welcome back to Influencers Radio. You know, I'll speak for myself. As I get older, my health and fitness goals have changed quite a bit. And I think for a lot of people, when we're in our 20s and 30s, the benchmark for success a lot of times is measured by, what we see in the mirror or the numbers on the scale. But as we enter our 40s and 50s, how we feel both physically and mentally becomes just as important and oftentimes more so than how we look. Well, my guest today is Michele Pechacek. She is a certified faster way to fat loss coach, and she specializes in helping women over 40 overcome the unique challenges and obstacles that prevent so many from achieving their health and fitness goals. And she does it from a perspective and with a passion that's driven by empathy and understanding because she's faced and overcome those same challenges herself. So with that, Michele, welcome to Influencers Radio.
Thank you, and so grateful to be here.
Well, your story, I think it's going to resonate with a lot of people, particularly women in their 40s, 50s, and beyond, because many of them are going through a lot of the same things that you experienced. So I'd like to kick this off by asking you to share, what led you to becoming a fitness and nutrition coach?
I actually became a coach just because of a powerful experience that I had personally with having issues in my late 40s. And, you're doing the right things. I'm trying to eat healthy and I'm trying to stay active and exercise. And kind of what worked for several years just stopped working. And I found myself all of a sudden, gaining weight and having trouble sleeping and having a lack of energy and increased hot flashes. And I'm thinking, what is going on in my body? I mean, I was eating fruits and vegetables. I wasn't eating fast food every meal. I wasn't sitting on the couch, kind of the typical things you think, well, that's why you're gaining weight. I was a very active person. I love to walk and do yoga. I was working out and trying to eat a lot of plants in my diet. And I had an experience with a health issue when I was in my 20s and 30s that, adding more fruits and vegetables to my diet and more plants really helped. And so that's why, I had become a certified coach 10 years ago because of that transformation in my life in my mid-30s that I thought that was going to carry me through the rest of my life. But even with all that experience as a certified health coach, here I found myself gaining weight. So I was just really frustrated actually, and just thinking, is this the way it's going to be? I'm just going to gain 10 pounds every decade of my life, which I've learned that is a lot. People just assume that's just what's going to happen as my body's changing and hormones are changing. And so I knew what it felt like to be just utterly hopeless. And so was so thrilled when I, after trying the calories in, calories out mentality, I'll just eat less and move more. I'm going to eat less carbs. I'll try keto. I tried all these things. There's a lot of confusion out there, really, honestly. And it's like, so I tried little things here and there, even with my background as a certified health coach. And I was just totally not prepared for these changes happening, even though I was doing these things that I thought should help me stay healthy. So I was just thrilled to actually finally find something that worked. And with this program, the Faster Way to Fat Loss, which was based on scientific principles, I just in a matter of 6-7 weeks, I was able to, get my health back and start to see significant improvements in my overall health. And that's why I became a coach with the program. I was just so profoundly impacted personally that I knew I had to really be a beacon of hope with sharing this information with other people, especially women who were struggling with the same issues I was.
Well, I definitely think you're going to open up a lot of eyes and definitely give some hope because, when we were in our 20s and 30s, things like getting sleep, we didn't worry about things like energy, mental clarity, digestion, any of that stuff. If we thought it was time to lose a little weight, we went straight to the scale, and that was pretty much our benchmark for success. But I think there's a lot of people in that age group now that, the benchmark is no longer the scale. It is about those things like, I've got to figure out how to get better sleep, my energy, I have mental fog. So, given that, what is the answer, or what is it that you found, or the strategy that you discovered that can make that shift?
Well, first of all, talk about the scale, because I was one of those person who got on the scale. I had done programs before where you had weekly weigh-ins, and your progress was mainly based on that. And so it was so refreshing. There was a lot of freedom to learn that the scale is not the most accurate benchmark of progress in your health journey. I mean, it really is a liar. And so we have a motto, smash the scale in the faster way. And that was really a mental adjustment I had to do. It didn't happen overnight. And we are not defined by a number. And so we look at non-scale victories. Are you losing inches? Are your clothes fitting better? Do you have more energy? Are you sleeping better? Are you having improved digestion, mental clarity, overall, improved sense of well-being? Do you feel leaner and stronger? Are you having less hot flashes? There's so many other benchmarks to really measuring your success in your health journey that are far more important as far as overall quality of life, disease prevention, being able to do the things, fulfill your life with purpose and passion when you have that energy and the health to do that and the strength. Those to me are a much more accurate benchmark. And those were some of the things that I learned in the faster way. Well,
I think what you just said is a key, and I don't want to gloss over that, because I think it really is important, because I think when people do use the scale as a benchmark and they see that, I didn't lose weight, it's easier to get frustrated, easier to, quite frankly, it's easier to give up. But it seems like when you change that focus to the way you feel, and I think this is probably why you have, so much success helping the people that you help, is that when that focus is the way that you feel, it seems like a natural consequence of improving all those things is weight loss. Does it just seem to happen without that being the focus, that if you focus on those other things, is weight loss seem to be a natural side effect of that?
Yeah, and all of my clients have lost weight. Some, when you are incorporating strength training, which is what we do in our program, we do that because you build lean muscle, and lean muscle, it burns more calories. It also is the best way to change your body composition. And so, but they say muscle weighs more than fat. So someone could gain a lot of muscle mass, and so they might not see the scale go down as much as they'd like. But when you look at them, you can see, this incredible, strength to them that they didn't have before. So, I've had clients come to me and they don't have a lot of muscle tone, and even the scale might not even look that big. But boy, when they start building that muscle mass on them, they feel more confident and they're stronger. They know they're building their bone density. And so again, that scale is just not an accurate representation of your overall health.
All right, well, let's dig into this, because I think there's a lot of people that are thinking right now, okay, this makes sense, especially when they're, at that age and they're coming to this realization about how important it is, the way do they feel to their both their physical and mental health. So let's talk about some of the details. The first thing I think a lot of people want to know is, first, what kind of foods you're eating, because you sounded like you had been eating healthy foods all along. So if you were already eating fruits and vegetables, so what did you get to move to, like cupcakes and ice cream? Does that work?
Well, we do have our built-in treats every week, which I think so many people find refreshing because it isn't this ultra restrictive eating plan. For me, the transition was easy because I was focusing on whole foods. Although, because I kind of was trying the low carb thing for a while to see if that was would help me, it was really good to be able to incorporate those healthy carbohydrates, which a lot of people avoid, thinking that they're going to gain weight if they eat a sweet potato, if they eat lentils or quinoa, or a banana or an apple. There's fruits that are higher in carbohydrate, and they associate that with weight gain. Yet those foods are so full of phytonutrients, plant nutrients, fiber, which are key to an optimal immune system, key to healthy digestion, what helps us eliminate toxins, and also helps us feel fuller longer. And so the whole foods, that's what we focus on eating through the week. But on the weekend, we have a day where we work our legs. And so that is kind of known as our treat day. And so I have a sweet tooth and I love a cupcake with ice cream. And so that's what I have every Saturday, or it might be a glass of wine. And so for me, it helped me have a healthier relationship with my food, to think that, that I can have those things once a week. And then for me, it made me not want to have them every day, because it's not like, because sometimes if you're told you can never eat this, or I'm cutting out all sugar, I'm doing that, then that's the one thing that you fixate on. And then that's all you want every day. And so this is a much healthier mental approach to food overall. And I have pizza every Friday night with a salad, so I feel like there's nothing that's truly off limits. We just kind of teach you how to incorporate that in your week so that you can continue to progress towards your goals.
So that sounds doable, especially if you can do that. Because I think, just like you said, it's, when you're told that you could never have this again, that is really bad. Because I know I've tried, when I'm low carb diets, and it seems like within 3 days, all of a sudden I'm craving an apple, stuff that you would normally think is, no, I can't eat an apple. I need let me make another pound of bacon. And my mind is telling me this doesn't sound right, but yeah, if there's that once a week, I think everybody could hold off for a week. Well, let's talk about the thing that I think really gets in a lot of people's way, and that is the workouts. Because I know, and I've done it myself, and I think just about everybody's done it, when they say, I'm going to start a new workout program. Well, they spend an awful lot of time getting ready to get ready, right? Yeah. Before I start working out, I need to go join the gym, or, I need to buy this new exercise contraption, or, I really need some new workout clothes or some new shoes before I get started. So let's talk about that. What are the workouts like, and what do you really need? Let's start with the minimum effective dose of what people really need to get started.
Yeah. Well, we make working out really easy. I was an active person, but I didn't do a lot of strength training because it was confusing to me. I didn't know what to do. And if I went to the gym, I didn't know what to do and, how to do it. How do I do it safely? So in the Faster Way, we make it easy. You get a free app when you join a group with the Faster Way. And so the apps have all the workouts plus additional workouts that you can look into. We have workouts posted live every day in our private Facebook group. And we have incredible coaches who know their stuff. They're so encouraging, focus on great form. And our workouts are 30 minutes. And when I started this program, I had one pair of 3-pound weights, and that was it. And so, I used a thing of laundry detergent, I used some water bottles or some cans from the pantry. I didn't let the lack of equipment, because I knew they always had someone modifying, someone showing you how to do this. If you don't have access to all of this equipment, you can still do an effective workout. And so, now they offer these affordable bands, they're like $10, and then you can do all the workouts with these bands. So they've really make it where anybody can do it. You can start where you're at. Now I have weights in my gym. I've been doing this for almost 2 years now. And so I've added weights down the line as I've gotten stronger. And I love how much time I save by just getting a workout in at home. If you belong to a gym, you can take your phone to the gym and pull up your workout, but they're there every day. I check it off. I love to check things off. I get a really positive message saying, congratulations for completing your workout. We have a community group on that Facebook page, cheering each other on. Your coaches are cheering each other on. So you really have that personal coaching experience in a convenient 30-minute workout. 30 minutes. That's it.
So, so a lot of people think, it's in your 40s and 50s, there's people that think, well, I need to go out and walk, or the treadmill, should I really be doing any kind of weights or street training at my age? So what is your philosophy on that? How important is the strength training, especially as you're getting into, those late 40s, 50s? Is it something that's still beneficial, or is it something that you don't need to do? What's your philosophy on those?
Well, strength training is crucial as we age. You think of balance. As we age, we tend to lose bone density. We lose muscle strength. Our balance, as we become weaker, our balance gets off. And you think of how many elderly people, they fall, break their hip, and that's kind of the end of the end. And so for me, my goal, I want to grow and be active. And so strength training is the one thing that will help you build that lean calorie burning muscle mass, so that will help you, have a strong core. So it will help you have balance. So as you age, you're going to reduce your risk of falling. And, walking is good to walk, but, we recommend strength training 3 times a week. We get hit all the body parts, during 3 days a week. And then we have some other workouts. And so if someone is kind of walking to help, get outside and get some vitamin D, that's a good thing. But I know for me, I was just counting the calories I was burning as I'm walking in the treadmill, thinking that was going to help me change my body composition, but it won't. And so strength training is the one thing that will help increase your strength, increase your bone density, so that it just helps me. I want to age and still have health and vitality. And that's not going to happen just getting on the treadmill every day.
And I think an important distinction that you made is strength training. A lot of people think strength training equates to, big, bench presses and lifting heavy weights. But when you're talking about, you started with 3-pound weights or a jug of water or things like that, you're not talking about just really heavy duty. You're not doing bodybuilding, right? You're just trying to keep that muscle in play, right?
Exactly. I want to have strong muscles so that I can, do life and do it well. And, my motto is really, I want to teach people to live life with passion and purpose and have the energy and health to do that. And I believe that optimal health, strength training is key to that. Yes, I'm not entering any bodybuilding competitions, and but I do want to look good, and you feel confident, and feeling lean and strong helps my clothes fit better, which again, makes me feel more confident and my clients more confident. So that's key.
So everybody that's ever started a fitness program starts with an excitement. I'm going to do it. I think about, it seems like every New Year's Eve, January 1st, man, this is the year. I'm going to do it. I'm going to be king of the beach, and it seems like within about 3 weeks, it's like, what was I thinking? And obviously the motivation is great in the beginning, but life gets in the way. And especially now, we're right in the middle of this COVID pandemic. And I'm sure people, can start thinking of a lot of things that divert their attention from, exercise. What do you do, or what does your program incorporate to help people when they do start veering off track or start getting distracted, or to stay motivated, especially when, their life is probably taking one of the biggest changes that it's ever taken?
Oh, absolutely. And during the stressful time of COVID, isolation is huge, and, people feeling alone more than ever, and turning to, I've had a lot of clients come to me that are turning to, food and alcohol to help support that. And so for me, they always say it takes a village to raise a child. It really takes a community for you to thrive in your health journey. And so that's what we provide in the Faster Way. I mean, me being the coach and then having this incredible community that, for education and for support and accountability. I say I can achieve anything if I have accountability and community to help rally around me. So we, have those strategies that we teach our clients, and then we celebrate those wins, every single week. And so I think because of that, when you're checking in every day and you have a coach that's encouraging you along the way, together you achieve more. And so, I have clients, someone's having a bad day and another person chimes in and they're encouraging that person. And it's just an amazing formula to really help everybody thrive. And I think especially during COVID, when people's mental health, everything's being challenged right now. And so having a supportive community to help you thrive during the pandemic and help you look at your self-care and what am I doing to help me become a healthier person, that's crucial, especially during this time, because when you have a healthy body and you're doing strength training and you're increasing your energy, you're improving your immune system as well when you're focusing on whole food nutrition. So it's going to improve your life, do a whole 360.
And, you talked a little bit there about a coach. And I know that, some people, and I've tried it before, where you join a gym and maybe you sign up for some personal training lessons, and it really seems like they're kind of focused on the mechanics, or here's what we're going to do today. We checked it off the list. You did it. See you next time. But it sounds like that you go beyond that in that, on the mindset side and the mental side. So, whether someone works with you or not, what do you feel the importance is within having a coach, and also the type of coach that you think is a bigger benefit? Because there could be a wide variety, and like I said, there's the ones that kind of focus right there just on the physical, on the tactical parts, but like I said, you seem to incorporate a lot more of the elements that impact people's lives. Can you talk a little bit about that, about more on the importance of coaches and the difference that they can make in someone's success?
Yes. There are so many different components to your overall health. So even if you're working with a trainer and all you're focusing on is the lifting, well, are you fueling your body properly? You can harm your body if you're just eating fast food every meal, but then you're doing these workouts. If your body needs the whole food nutrition. They need those antioxidants and all those components of whole food to fuel your body properly. So that's one of the things, is having a coach that is well-rounded and understanding the nutritional aspect of your journey and what it means to fuel your body, not only for your workouts, but for recovery. And when you fuel your body properly and you're not eating, a lot of processed food, that fuels your brain too. And so that has a huge impact on your mental health. When you're kind of stuck in a processed food cycle, I call it a healthy cycle and like a unhealthy cycle. The unhealthy cycle is you're kind of a product of your cravings. And if you're just eating a lot of processed food, high sugar food, that's what your body craves. And so we kind of get you into more of a healthy cycle. And so having a coach that's knowledgeable about the nutrition, knowledgeable about the fitness, and then also that mental health, aspect of it is huge. And so getting that daily encouragement, and also, our motto is on progress over perfection. And that is huge. So many people, they start something on their own. They think they're really disciplined. And then the minute they get off track, they quit. And so, if you have a bad day, the next day is a new day. The next meal is a new day, and you just get right back on. And so it's having that someone that's going to be in your amen corner saying, we've all had bad days, and that's okay. Getting back in the game and doing your best the next day, that's what we're all about. So we focus on progress over perfection. And I know for me, that was huge. And for my clients, there's just so much grace with that mentality that it helps you achieve even more than being really, really hard on yourself when you get off track. And then you're going to be more likely just to quit altogether.
Now, Michele, I want to go back to something, and I'll put you on the spot a little bit, but I know you don't mind, because the one thing that reason I think that I consider you an influencer is one, your knowledge about this and your passion around helping it, but also the humility that you've demonstrated, because you're not shy about talking, your past. You actually had a lot of experience in nutrition and in fitness. You talked about you tried to do the right things, but it went a little even deeper in that. You had nutrition, and then when you finally when you did hit that age, I think we're talking about 49 years old, that you realized that this wasn't working. You had a wake up call, and you had to, not to have a pun on the diets, but eat a little humble pie in what you thought was the right way to do things. Do you mind talking about that time in your life and up to the point that you kind of realized that the way you'd been thinking may not be the right way?
Oh, absolutely. It's really frustrating when you think you're doing all these right things and what's been working before stops working. Especially, I was teaching nutrition at the time. I'm, on social media, I'm this, public figure and someone that people look to as being very knowledgeable in that. And what I decided was, when I found this program that seemed to be different, number one, I had nothing to lose. I'd already spent money on other things, and I thought, I need to give this a try. My coach told me that this would be the last program I would ever try. And I'm like, that's a pretty confident statement. So I was willing to kind of try it, because I felt out of options. But I do know how it feels to have that humility. I know I like to be a constant learner, so I never pretend to know it all. And I love to see what other people's experiences are with things. And so, I really jumped in this program with both feet. The weeks leading up to my 50th birthday, and I had a huge celebration planned in New York City with some of my favorite people. And so that was kind of my goal. And that was right before Christmas. So I did this program over Thanksgiving through the weeks leading up to Christmas. And, all of the sugar and eating associated with that time of year. But, I knew I had nothing to lose. The price point was reasonable with all the personal coaching and everything you got. And the success of people that I had met with it, I just jumped both in, and it was really eye-opening. And again, I'm a constant learner. And so I had to kind of experience that firsthand. And I was really blown away with how sustainable it was. You try things and you might lose weight in the short term, and then you go back to any normalcy and you gain weight. And I didn't want that yo-yo. I wanted to find a lifestyle. And that's what I was thrilled at the end of that, time period when I did the program and celebrated my 50th birthday. I learned what a sustainable lifestyle. And I finally found a program where I get to have my little cake and ice cream once a week, or my glass of wine, and yet I can reach my health goals. And for me, for the overall program, it just totally made sense. And I had started, some of my friends kind of came along the ride with me when I did it the first time, and they had great results. And I thought, how can I not share this option of hope that might, help other women in their 40s and 30s, or men who are finding that the things they were doing before, aren't working anymore. And I just did not want the status quo to gain, 10 pounds every decade and to feel hopeless. I really wanted to empower people and give them an option for something that just had such a powerful effect on my life.
Well, you're definitely a tremendous inspiration, and just you having experienced that, is I think gives a lot of other people hope and motivation that they can do this. And gosh, when it comes to health, that's just such a hugely important thing to anyone at any time in their life, which leads me to ask is, I know you primarily, you're focused and your passion is around helping those women in their 40s and 50s, but is there ever an age that's too early to do this, or an age that's too late to do this?
No, we take clients. I've had clients as young as 18. And I think my oldest client so far has been 75. So everything in between, because it teaches such good fundamental information on healthy habits and, healthy workout habits, healthy eating habits, healthy mental habits, that it is really beneficial to anyone. For me, ages 18 on up.
Well, I definitely think you have a recipe for success with the combination of the program, the strategy that you're outlined, but I think even more importantly, having someone like you leading the way, I think is the difference maker. And what you talked about, sustainability. I mean, I guess that's really what it comes down to for any type of fitness. Without sustainability, then it's just a matter of when am I going to quit, or when is this going to fail? And I think you incorporate the elements that give someone the highest expectations for success. So I appreciate you coming on and sharing this information, because it will definitely make a huge difference to a lot of folks.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I had a wonderful time today.
So how can people find out more about Michele and to get involved with what you're doing?
Well, you can go to my website. It's getfitwithmichele.com. And Michele is with one L. So getfitwithmichele, MICHELE.com. And you can get all the information there. Michele,
again, I want to thank you for coming on. I could just hear the passion in your voice and your commitment to helping people, because you've been through the same thing yourself. So again, thank you. It's going to make a tremendous difference.
Oh, you're very welcome. It was my pleasure.
All right, folks, there you have it. Definitely check out Get Fit with Michele. That's with one L. And we'll put that link on the show notes. And until next time on Influencers Radio, remember, you are the only real game changer.
You've been listening to Influencers Radio. To get all past shows and updates on future shows, visit influencersradio.com today.